Well, Eunice, good afternoon everyone, and it is a huge honour for me today to be invited to launch this wonderful exhibition. And when Corina asked me to come here, I was really delighted, because the work of Corina and all your colleagues is beyond ability. It is super ability. I had to think back when I saw the word on the brochure, the dis/ability. And I remember myself as a child, I had a lisp, and it was very hard to say the word dis or this. But this is absolutely, this exhibition is all about ability. It's all about professionalism, because the level of ability that we see here today is at a level that is extraordinary. It really is extraordinary. So I've had the joy of walking around with Corina and looking individually at the different puppets and the different displays. For instance, over here we have a couple who Corina tells me are flirting.
They're looking for divorce at the moment.
They're looking for divorce at the moment.
At the time of making, they were flirting.
At the time of making, they were flirting. And so you can see today they are in their I think they're still flirting.
They are. They're actually happy here today because they're away on a dirty weekend.
No,
they actually met
they
at the
have
way.
to 3 times.
And they hopped around the metal man 3 times. But the level of ability that we see here today, as I said, it's extraordinary, because the detail in every little piece on display today is just extraordinary. To the point of, you're looking at the boxes, you're looking at the passports. So the different puppets, they're Irish nationals. So they're entitled to their place.
Just don't give me a big head with everything.
They have their passports, so the level of detail is quite amazing. And what I find myself is, like, my eye is constantly drawn to different aspects that are on a display. So you have the passport, you have the harp, symbolic of Ireland, you have the different, the cakes, the baking. So each and every object here is telling a story, and it's telling a story of ability, and it's telling a story of creation, it's telling a story of love. And Corina, for me, is quite extraordinary. A few years ago, I was on the election campaign for the European elections, and on my journey I came across this little book in a shop in Dungarvan, and it stayed with me, as it has in the last 4 years. It lives on my bedside locker, and every time I needed some inspiration and support, I opened this and I looked at the pictures and I looked at the words, and they constantly give me extraordinary inspiration, and they give me support, and we all need support in life. And all of the people who are working here on their craft and on their story need every support that they can get in life. So every day is a journey for each and every one of us, no matter what stage of life we are, no matter how great we think we are. Every day is just a step forward into the next day, and we all need support. And this book from Corina has been my support over the last number of years. Corina comes from Holland, as some of you might know, which I lived in Holland for many, many years, and Corina came over to live in Lismore. And for me, Ireland is the better for that. Because, no, but it's true, Ireland is the better for Corina coming here. Because you don't accept this disability. You don't accept it. It's very, very clear. You are absolutely motivated, and you have such a strength of character, and you're on everyone's case. She's a tough lady, that. She's a taskmaster. No, but you're on people's case, and you're not settling for that or that. You are reaching for the stars. And that's, like, it's great, so commendable. And you have to, Corina, and you have to do that because you are an inspiration, not only for someone like myself, but for many, many other people around. And I know yours can be tough to deal with, but like, that you're setting the bar. And I think that because of your character and because of your Dutchness, the Dutch are very frank, they're in your face, so you are setting the bar for us. And you're living in an extraordinary place in Ireland, Lismore, County Waterford. We're very lucky. And as you say in your writing, you're inspired by the landscape. And you're inspired by our culture, the people. And what kind of struck me, I found funny, is you're inspired by the scenery, not only in nature, but the scenery in the pubs. So that's inspired, and that has helped you creating the characters. So we see the different characters here today, and we see Pat over there, Pat Coffey, who I grew up with here in Tremor. So Pat's work, you can see, is inspired by your landscape, because your drawings are the Metal Man, and Pat grew up out there by the Metal Man. So, nature is inspiring, and it's beautiful, and it does help us to create our work. So, it's all character here today.
But they're all their characters, though. I can't take credit for what they made.
Yeah, but
I
all
only
the characters
gave them the tools to create, but they're beautiful characters all came out. Like, they're very, very individual.
They're very individual, and the artwork, I even said to the lady who makes the paper, who's here, Tunda. Tunda.
Yeah.
Even Tunda, when I said to you, the work is lovely, and the paperwork, and you said, that's not your work, that's the work of the different artists who, Corina told me, who sometimes through the journey of life maybe haven't the ability to use the hand in the form that maybe it might be easier. So we find ways, we adapt ourselves and our bodies to create imagery, which is inspiring. So you have just provided the tools, you're providing the ideas, you're providing so much to the communities around us in Lismore and beyond. And I just cannot state enough how inspirational and how extraordinary I find it. And I truly believe that you have to keep the level up there, because we as a nation in Ireland, like we often have cap in hand. We just grand, that's fine, that's level. We'll accept that. But this lady won't, and she'll keep pushing the barriers. And I think we have to strive. And with the support, you have the support from the Irish Wheelchair Association in the centre in Waterford. In Dungarvan.
Waterford City and Dungarvan.
Waterford City and Dungarvan. Personally, I'd love to see where you're operating right in the heart of the city.
Leave the West alone, for God's sake.
Huh? Leave the West?
I don't want to take the things away from the West.
No, not at all, not at all. I'd love to see it in the West.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see what you're doing in the centre of the community, where people in their day-to-day life can experience and can be inspired.
You're welcome to come into us anytime.
Absolutely, but I'd like to see it in the heart of the city, because it's not enough to be out on the suburbs or the boundaries. This has to be brought into the city. Because the reason I'm saying that is because I too am a mother of a daughter who is 25, and she has special needs. And she, to me, is also an inspiration. And I think that everyone in our community is the richer if we can live together in harmony and we learn from each other, because there is really, as Corina and all of you are showing us, Pat, there is no such thing as disability. There's only ability. And if we don't empower, and we don't encourage, and we don't really believe in change, we have to do our best. Each and every one person who leaves here today, do your best to try to enable people to see that there is so much ability around us. And as a culture, as I said, we will be the richer, but that we follow your example and the bar that you're setting, and we use the inspiration. No, we use it, because everywhere about us today, it's all about creation. It's all about inspiration. It's absolutely wonderful work. And everyone who is here that has contributed to the work, I really applaud you. It's really something else. So get your friends to come in here. Get everyone that you can to come in and to buy material. We're coming up to Christmas. Very clever time. I don't know if that was the plan.
Yes.
Very, very clever. But there is so much stocking filler material here, inspiration. There's so much material. If we can get the people from around Tremor and around to Waterford to come into the Coast Guard station and to buy what's on sale, there's so much. And there's so much practical stuff. The notebooks are brilliant. The practical stuff, the Metal Man, anyone, if you have any family abroad, get them to come in and send off presents abroad to remind them of their hometown, Tremor. And that will help to enable everyone to have the financial resources to do a bit more. So to put the money back in and that this
That's
is
what it's all about.
this is to grow it, and to grow the whole idea. So it's a great day. Wait, I make sure now I've covered everything. I have my notes there, but it's really great. Corina, I mean, look, you have all of your books. Your work is displayed in Japan, in the US, and you have exhibitions and material in very many countries. So this is big cultural experience from what everyone has here, you know. So just, as I said, get people to come in, to buy, to send it out, and so that you can continue your work, and with the support of the Irish Wheelchair Association, of course. You know, bigger, better, and this is ability, this is empowerment, this is a tremendous achievement. The setting here at the Coast Guard station, many of us have talked about, it's pretty good.
It's
I think it lends itself to what you have, because there's something about you're looking at different material and your eye is drawn out to the landscape. So it's a fairly good setting. So if you can go forth, everyone from here, and talk about the exhibition and get people to come in here and get people buying and supporting and reading. You have stuff on the website, on the Irish Wheelchair website. Corina has her blog, which is really great.
And the
to read
puppets
as
have
well.
their own blog. The puppets have their own
And
blog.
the puppets have their own blogs. I mean, they're absolutely, like, to be honest, I'd love to walk around with everyone one by one through the puppets and look at, and if anyone, I suppose, Corina, if someone could facilitate that to explain, because this fella here I think is hilarious. This is the monk.
The monk, yeah.
This is the monk, and someone said he looks like a Hare Krishna monk. You have Johnny Dwyer was named, my daughter, as I said, who is special needs, she named Johnny Dwyer. So each of the puppets have their own story.
The lady there with the suitcase.
Penelope.
Penelope, yeah.
She's very much a character.
So each, and like you
They all
say,
have a story.
each of the puppets have their unique story. So if you have the time, and if you don't have it today, maybe you come back. How long will the exhibition be
It
open?
runs until the 1st of December.
1st of December. So hopefully,
Lots of time.
yeah, plenty,
Lots of time to
plenty of
tell all
time.
your friends.
But yeah, there's plenty of time. But if you don't get on with time passes you by, you know.
Yes.
So let's get on with it and get out of here today and make sure that we encourage as many people as possible to come in and see the exhibition. And I just say well done and a big applause for all of them. And with that, we will say this
I-
the launch.
I'd say a few words,
Please,
and
yeah.
Tom wants to say just a few little,
Perfect.
but I'll turn around and